Yo, what's up? Y'all tuned in to, y'all know what it is. Business is Blooming Podcast. I like to apologize a little bit. We had a little bit too much excitement last night. So my voice is a little gone, but I'm going to try to manage through the show. You know what I'm saying? So we got a real good one here today, man. We got my homies all the way from California via Colorado and even did some time in Spain. We got Dessert Strands. Then we got my big homie Pablo. Shout out to my homeboy Goosebump Genetics all the way from Spain. We gonna get my man in here and we gonna rock. You feel me? But before we do, man, one thing I gotta say is that this Memorial Day weekend, while we smoking our blunts, while we lighting our dabs, smoking our stogies, we got to think about the ones that gave the ultimate sacrifice so that us here as a nation can have our freedom. So to my brothers and sisters in uniform, I salute to you and rest in peace to y'all, man. And get my guys in here.
Yo, what's up, Randy?
What's going on, brother? How you doing, Josh?
Good, bro. How are you?
Good, man. And let's see if we can get King Pablo in here.
Man,
I don't know where he went.
it's late by him.
Yeah, it was late, man. It's definitely late. I guarantee it's still daylight outside though over there.
I think it's almost midnight, is what he said.
Yeah, it's like 2, 3 in the morning. But you know,
Oh,
in Spain, the sun don't go down till like 10:30 at night.
yeah.
You know, I used to live in I don't know if you remember the province Andalusia.
No.
Yeah, I used to live in the projects Andalusia.
Turn my camera
Oh, is it?
around.
And then that's where
Turn
you
my
met
camera
Pablo. There
around.
he is.
Yeah, yeah, in
That was
Southern
me.
Spain.
Shout out, fellas. How's everyone doing?
Good.
Good, bro.
Hey guys, again, I want to apologize.
What up,
I had a
bro?
little bit too much
Yo.
partying last night, so my voice is a little raspy, but we gonna get through it anyway, you know? So, first things first is always with me what you're smoking. I'm smoking the bubblegum moss, and that's actually a collaboration between me, Pablo, and another guy, Calix Frost. So, another reason why we're gonna try to manage through the show, because we smoking that pressure.
There you go. That sounds fire.
I be smoking on some Dirty Mitten sour Mac. That's his sour diesel. No, that's his sour BX from Karma, crossed with the Mac from Cap. Yeah, some nice purple bud, good smoke. That's what I'm
Uh,
smoking on.
yeah,
I smoke
mine.
with a little tobacco. You know, Josh, I smoke with a little tobacco. I've done my shit with a little
It's a,
tobacco.
I like smoking blunts and stuff. I don't usually smoke the spliff mix. You already know that. I like the tobacco on the outside, not the inside. But
How's
we got
everything with you?
we got some kiwi tree high terpene extract in a pen. Super fire, like sort of lemony, sort of kiwi. It's a hydrocarbon extract done with butane and propane, done by some homies up in NorCal, Paper Plains Extracts.
Whoa.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
you
man.
always got nice. You always got
That's
that
not
nice.
like my type of party.
Yeah, Josh
Straight
always got
terps,
that
straight terps.
Yeah.
straight terps. Josh always got that straight
Yeah,
terps.
Hey
straight terps.
guys, well, I want to welcome you guys to Business is Blooming Podcast, and I appreciate you guys blessing me with your presence. So we're gonna get right into the show. So Pablo, how about you tell me how you and your man Josh met and how we connected?
Whoa. Well, me and Josh, that's like I met him through another friend of mine, a really good friend of mine. You know that I'll be
It's my
rocking with.
business partner. My business
Yeah,
partner, Dessert Strains. That's
yeah.
how we met. Anyways,
That's how we met, you know? And that's like through long history from Colorado for when was that? 04, 05, some shit like that.
I don't even remember
Wow.
when you met Bryce, but you and me met, I'm pretty sure, in Spain,
Yeah,
2018, I think, for the first time.
2018.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is when
Where
we
at?
kicked up the first time. In Barcelona.
Yeah.
Boston. Barcelona. Wow, wow,
Yeah,
nice.
we kicked it. We kicked it the first time in Barcelona at Panabase. That's when like me and his business partner we linked up. We did a little collab with a little couple companies and stuff. We got him over here, and they rocked it out. Took a couple cups home. You know what I mean? That them.
Man,
Yeah.
nice, nice.
You know, so yeah, that's how we linked up and been connected ever since, you know what I mean? Like mutual family, so we be rocking ever since, you know. So that's
Josh,
it.
does that story ring a bell to you? Is that how you recall it?
Yeah. My business partner, who's not here currently, he might be able to phone in a little bit later, but yeah, we flew out to Spanibus in 2018. We did had a bunch of entries in for the solvent extract category, and we flew out there as a company, rocked out a huge house, partied it up. Obviously, me and Pablo clicked. There's a bunch of pictures of us in like La Boqueria Market and
I need them.
Mount Thibodeau and stuff like that. We had a good time. We did all that cool touristy type of
Yeah,
stuff, but we also
Nice.
it was
yeah,
also business and pleasure. It was tight, but we've been connected ever since then, basically.
Say,
yeah.
so your guys' story and my story about how I met Pablo is very similar. So I was stationed in Rota, Spain, and back in 2018, and I was still dabbling. Excuse me, I was still dabbling in the cannabis industry. I was on Instagram. I wasn't growing as heavy, but I met Pablo on Instagram, and he told me he was in Spain. And the first time I asked to work with him, I was very green at the time. He told me, "I don't know if I even like you. I gotta sleep on it." so,
That's
so no bullshit. Maybe a couple of days go by, and he messaged me back and was like, I slept on it. Young man. Let's work. Pretty much, and the rest has been history,
Yeah.
man. So yeah, we've been kicking it for about what 4 years now.
Yeah,
yeah,
4 years, 4 or 5 years.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
man.
same.
Like he couldn't be no closer than my brother from another mother, man. So I appreciate,
Seriously,
for sure.
he's the man.
So it's more
So
about you, I think, you know. Yeah, it's about what's popping now, you know, and I always try to like assist, good people, you know what I mean, in trying to achieve their goals and putting shit together, you know. So anytime somebody like solid like shouts me out and get at me to try to get things put together, I'll do my best, you know what I mean, to connect good people, because good people make good shit happen, you know what
for
I
sure,
mean, and it's just
for sure,
that is how it is.
for sure.
True.
So
Preach.
Josh, I must say, bro, I love the branding. I love the name. I think the logo, not the logo, as well as the slogan. The slogan just makes you want to be a part of it, man. So go ahead and tell me about Dessert Strands, man.
You man, never skip dessert. Do something, in excess, with us, smoke a little cannabis every, from time to time. And that's sort of what like the idea behind Dessert Strands is all about. Like, we're daily cannabis consumers and we want to be able to provide, affordable, good cannabis to the masses. So that's pretty much what the whole idea is about, and really specializing in curating the desserty type of exotics that are super popular, especially in like Southern California and NorCal, like your gelato crosses, your cake crosses, your cookie crosses, and all the pies, the creams, all that sort of fun stuff. And that's basically what me and my business partner Bryce, tried to do. And it's a pretty new company. We just launched a little like the week before 420. And we're signing shops, every week, and we're getting traction, and people are enjoying our products, and we're stoked to be here, and it's something that we've done for 10 years, going on 15 for my partner Bryce or longer, and we are the cannabis community, we think, and we want to be able to bring our products and services and our ideologies to the community, because we're grassroots, man. We've been here for a long time, and we're going to be here for a long time.
For sure, brother. For sure, man. I definitely can dig that. I definitely can
Well
dig
said,
that.
well
You know,
said, well said.
when Pablo introduced me to you, before you and I formally introduced, right? I, anytime someone sends you the page, you go through the page, then you just see if you want to be a part of whatever they have going on, whether it be affiliate or just even viewing it, right?
Sure.
And I checked your page out, and I fell in love with it off the top.
Thanks,
As
man.
Pablo know, man, that's kind of my thing when it comes to cannabis, bro. I always say I want weed to taste like I should be on the beach. I love great tasting weed. If it doesn't taste great, it just really don't do it for me. And
Nope.
and so with you being Desert Strands, I can't wait to try some of your product because I got to tell you, man, you got an ear and an eye here, man.
We appreciate the support, and I definitely think we could kick it in person and enjoy some of the nice terps that we provide. And that's sort of
Sure.
our idea too. We want you to not have to guess what you're smoking. Once you see the bag, whether it's tiramisu or sherbet mints or apple fritter or whatever, like you want to smell that, you want to understand what it is. Like you don't want to be guessing, and you don't want to be like, oh, that's clearly some haze weed or some sour diesel or something fruity when it's supposed to be gassy. Like that's not what we don't want to do that. We want to give you the weed that smells and tastes like what it is, because that's what it is.
So what are your what are your checks and balances to know that when you say, for instance, to say you get apple fritter, um, what type of checks and balances are you?
Someone just call me. I just had someone call me just a second ago, so you kind of cut out. I apologize. Can we go back
No worries.
like 30 seconds, 20 seconds? Because you cut out. I was just looking at your mouth move, and there was no sound.
So you say you stand behind that brand of that, it should taste like this. If it says it's this, it should taste like, smell like that. What kind of checks and balances do you have in process to that that the consumer, once it gets to the consumer's hands, tiramisu should taste or smell similar to tiramisu?
I personally look at every bag myself. It's not like we're dealing with another third-party company and getting all of this done and developed. This is very much a hands-on process. So I've got years and years and years of cannabis experience, like boutique cannabis experience. Pablo knows, as he already mentioned, I've won several awards for best product.
I,
Best product because it's grown the best and tastes the best and looks the best. And I've got awards going back from 2013 to first place for or second place for extract in Amsterdam for and then the next year in 2014 we won the same award over in Denver for best extract, and just kept repeating. And it's been a repeated process through every brand that I've sort of helped and had my hands in. So I pride myself and ourselves as a company to understand and know what the highest quality, best selling terps are at that time, because that's we curate weed that people want to smoke, because we know what sells at
because
that time.
because you're a consumer yourself.
That's it. We've always been ahead of the curve as far as knowing what's going to be hot and fresh, because being at the top of the game, you get to see sort of what comes early, like Skittles, for instance. I've been consuming Skittles since 2013, 2014, over 10 years. People are just popping off on the Skittles crosses when, I've got pictures on my social media of me with Skittles full melt and Skittles flower. And I'm just like, it's just, that's part of the culture that I've always enjoyed the most, is just like, seeing the new flavors come about, and like being in a certain position that I am, like we always get to see what's fresh and unique. We've got a lot of friends out here with thousands and thousands of lights, millions of square feet of canopy space potentially that we have access to, that we could pick our bud from, that we brand ourselves. So
I'll tell you another avenue in which I think people don't recognize, just the ability to reach back over the pond and connect with people like Pablo for genetics and stuff like that, that America may not normally see. And I think that's one of my things, and my gimmicks, I'll call it a gimmick, in my processes, is because I use a lot of European genetics sourced from my homie Pablo, and I know Pablo's doing great work out there, man. Pablo, how about you tell us about some of your work you got going on?
Well, right now, I'm diving back into my Nightmare on Hell Street. I got like good reviews from it, you know, but I don't really have much seeds of it, so I'm trying to do like a repopulation of that, get the seed count back up, you know what I mean, get it distributed. For the rest, I cracked open some old root cellar stuff, some stuff from up, some old fucking the biodiesel OG crossed with the Screaming Eagle OG, some old classic 2003, 2004 stuff
Fire.
for retailer. I crossed that to some of your stuff. I even forgot the name, you
The
know. I got some of
squirrel
those.
funeral.
Yeah, the squirrel funeral. I crossed that to the squirrel
Yeah.
funeral. Got a couple of those coming. See how we're going. I try to germinate some stuff. What his name? Jelly skunk, also from LA, from California, Southern California, close to the border.
Right.
Didn't really got good germ rate on them, so I gotta get back in that bag and try to get some more seeds germinated. And for the rest, I'm doing here for these guys here in Spain. I'm doing like a critical run, so I'm running different criticals, some critical mass, critical
Critical is
fat.
very popular in Spain when I
Yeah,
was there.
it's very popular in Spain. So these guys like they asked me to do something here, so I'm just going through like everyone's production of critical from Pasitronics down to Ebex and
Right.
germinate them.
Right.
So I'm gonna run through all of these criticals and see which critical is something we're working with, and yeah, to put a little touch on it, you know, and see if I could get it out to the masses. For the rest, yeah, that's about it. That's about it. I got the old stuff. I got some dementias. That's like a sham. That's from who was that from? Rebel Farm Genetics, you know, that's Shem 91, Shem 91, like in cross, you know, that I
Right.
crossed with some Kaboom, some Cali Diesel, and the Cali Ram that I crossed myself. I put that in it, you know what I mean? So I'm
Hey,
also,
the kaboom, the kaboom, I think it is, was one of the first Spanish strands that I grew when
yeah.
I was in Spain, bro. Did I send you those seeds?
Nah, you didn't send me those seeds. I got those seeds for my cousin. He shipped them down from Holland. You know what I mean? That was an AK selection. I think, if I'm not mistaken, Canabium. I can't even pronounce their name so good, but a Spanish company here, they did a AK-47 selection, and they just
Hmm.
call it Boom, you know. But it's supposed to be a good production, you know. AK-47, classy, good washer.
For
You
sure.
know what I mean? She should do something, you know. So I'm just going through those also, you know, going through and checking the genetics. For the
You
rest, yeah,
washing a
that
lot? You washing a
nah,
lot?
that's not really my thing, you know what I mean? I'm getting into it because like a lot of people like ask me, and like most of my stuff they're greasy, you know, and feedback came back greasies are more for squashing, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I need some flaky,
You need those
some
drier
flake.
resin heads.
Yeah,
Yeah.
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 Greasy stuff's good
So
for butane hash, like live resin and stuff like that. Like that's
yeah,
nice terpy
yeah,
oil
Man,
stuff.
hey,
But
no,
yeah.
you guys
So that's
very drove me into
so
it.
far. So far, the best thing that I have washing that I personally wash, you know, was the sleeping with the fishes. You know, that's the cement shoes crossed with the fruity
yeah,
pebbles pie
yeah,
with the wedding cake. You know,
that
and
sounds
that fruity
fire.
pebbles pie crossed wedding cake. I got that from AV3 Genetics. That's from the homie. I got that. And I took
Sounds like
that
my kind of terps.
to the Cult
Yeah.
Classics, yeah, cement shoes, you know. So yeah, I gotta get you up. I gotta get you. I'm gonna hook you up. I'm gonna hook you up, homie. I'm gonna get you your stuff out,
My
you
dog,
know. Yeah,
my
yeah,
dog.
yeah. But yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I'm kind of working with right about now, you know.
All right. Man, you guys kind of segue me right into it, man. So, uh, you do a lot of extraction processes, right? And all the way from, you know, flower to extract, right? To bottles, right?
I did. That was my expertise for many years. And recently, I decided to pivot and this project that Bryce and I were doing was taking a little bit too long to just come to fruition, and our investors weren't the best. So we decided to just take our network of connections and our resources and invest in ourselves, basically. And then that's when we created Dessert Strains. And right now, the market currently in California is dictating like more budget, economic, type of flower, like greenhouse, lower cost indoor flowers and stuff. So we sort of utilized our ability to, like, we knew that. We looked at market data. We have friends who own stores. We have friends who, own other brands, and they're like, this is what you got to do. So, Dessert Strains is cool because, like, we can pivot and do high quality extracts, vape line, any cannabis product, edibles, we can still do, but currently we just launched with 8 SKUs with 4 different strains, basically. And it's, like I said, more like budget brand, economic based flower for the everyday smoker and consumer. We're not really trying to flip $60 eighths plus tax, because the market in California, just the taxes kill you. So we're trying to give good smokable fire weed that's terpy to people for $25 an eighth, out the door, basically.
Wow.
So that's what we're trying to do.
Wow.
Yeah.
Hey, you can't beat $25 an eighth. I'll tell you that, man. That's it, and it's quality.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah.
And what type of extract processes do you do?
So my expertise was all types of extracts. I met Pablo at the peak of like my hydrocarbon extraction days, but basically, I know all different types of extracts, from mechanical extracts to that's like your water and ice extraction, or your dry sift, where like you're using something to mechanically separate, the trichome heads and things like that. To more solvent-based extraction, like ethanol or hydrocarbon, which is probably the most popular, like your butane and your propane type of extractions.
Yeah.
That's what I'm more of a guru with the hydrocarbon extract, or a plant sensei with that. Like, that's my favorite type of extract to smoke, and I've won the most amount of awards, and most recognized per se in the community for being a guru with hydrocarbon extractions.
Okay.
So yeah, and that's what this pen is, basically.
So,
Extraction.
Unfortunately, I haven't been in the industry long enough to know. Could you speak to the process of hydrocarbon extractions?
Yeah, sure. So hydrocarbon extractions are taking a non-polar solvent, which is like your butane, your propane, your methane, things like that. And you're taking, most of the time, at least if you want the most flavorful extract, it would be done with fresh frozen materials. So you fresh freeze the plant as opposed to drying and curing it, basically. And then you would take that material, right, and then you load it into a very elaborate but very safe stainless steel system called a closed loop system. And basically you would take the plant material through a chemical extraction process using your solvents of choice, and then you would get left with the nice oil. Your resin would be in solution, basically, mixed with solvents. In hydrocarbon extractions, it would be butane, propane, isobutane, a combination of all of those, or 2 of those in certain percentages, maybe. I always preferred straight N-butane. That's like what I prefer, but lots of people prefer a combination of 2 or 3 different ones. And then basically you would extract all of the juices, the good stuff off that material, and you would get left with this oil, and you'd have to purge all of the unwanted solvents out to meet state and federal level in some cases, and that would be done in some sort of vacuum drying oven of sorts at select temperatures. You would have this oven, you would take your oil, you'd put it in there, turn a few knobs and press a few buttons to your desired pressures and temperatures, and then over time you'd have to remove all of the solvent with heat and pressure to make it a smokable concentrate, basically, of that initial plant that you extracted. And then that's basically like the most common probably form of extraction that you see, and most probably common company that you see, you know, or hydrocarbon extraction based companies.
Right.
I
have a question, bro. Oh.
Yeah. Ask your question first. Ask your question.
Okay.
My question might get a little long-winded answer, you know. Ask your question.
Mine too, bro. So
What's up?
we talk about fresh frozen, and then we talk about dried and cured press, right? And my processes, and what I remember from my studies is, as a plant cures on the vine during the drying process, the resin heads tend to still ripen and continue to mature. So if you are taking it from once you cut it, freezing it, which means I'm pretty sure all cellular movement is dead, and then extracting it, how can that? Why does that tend to be better versus letting the plant dry, cure, and then extract?
That's a good question. It's a good question. And to be completely honest, I think people with live resin, like fresh frozen materials, you know, speaking about that right now, people want whatever's closest to the growing plant. When it dries and it cures, it sort of transitions from like that fresh, you know, off the vine, you know, off the plant when it's growing, and then it develops, you know, it oxidizes over time, terpenes evaporate or change chemically, and then it might ripen further, like you said, sort of, so it could change a little bit the flavor, you know, everything changes. So I think, you know, from a consumer standpoint, people just want like whatever's loudest, and the loudest smell is live resin, freezing the plant, because that's like the freshest in the grow room smell you're going to get, right?
Unfortunately, since I just retired from the military like a year ago, and I'm in Virginia, I'm not in a market where there's a lot of extracts. I don't get the taste fresh live resin versus, you know, in the little extracts I make on my own wouldn't compare to anything pretty sure in your carts or jars. So that's pretty dope, man. Pablo, what were you saying?
No, my question was like, let's go back. Like how, like me, I want to know like how it came to be. You know what I mean? Like how the whole like
how the butane
the
solvent-based extraction. So, you know, the most you know, primitive method obviously is like the mechanically extracted, like the water, the ice, you're dry sifting, you're keefing the plant, you know, all that. That's, you know, charis, hand hash, you know, that's ancient. You know, you're going back to, you know, thousands and thousands of years. That's nothing new. It's popular now for sure, like rosin and water hash and stuff, which is cool. But, you know, I think, where did it start? I generally think the extraction of certain plants or fruits and things like that has been around for a long period of time, or in general in the citrus industry, or extracting vanilla, or I mean, it even has a similar method, similar like concept is like to like brewing beer. Like hops is very similar to like hemp or growing cannabis, right? So I think like just
the castor oil plant, the castor oil plant,
and so like
they've been extracting castor oil for ages.
That's what I'm saying. It's people, weed heads, you know, smart individuals were just like, yo, this is already being done with other botanicals. Let's just do it with weed, right? Because it's a resin. It's the same concept as extracting another different type of resin you use for, you know, whatever. So I think it was just a process that happened over time naturally and occurred. And I think it just got, as more money got infused into the situation, like legally, new people were able to just think of how to make and create something that has been around for years, you know, in the botanical industry, how to recreate that for cannabis, basically. And now facilities are, you know, 10, 20, 30, $40 million facilities, you know, built to federal fire code, you know.
The process, they're replicating it and putting it through.
It's crazy where it's gone in such a short amount of time. You know, 10, 15 years ago, people were using glass tubes and cans of butane, you know, and blowing themselves up, to now these facilities are just, they they meet federal and international fire code.
Yeah.
Like there's a chapter in the National Fire Protection Agency handbook that's for cannabis extraction facilities. So like it's nationally recognized by America's Fire Code Protection Agency. At this point, there's a chapter. I forgot what number it is, but yeah.
Wow, we came far. We came far.
And that's why, I think it's just an evolution. They've already been doing it for the alcohol industry, for other botanicals. So it's just like, all right, cool, let's just throw weed into the mix now. So now we have those type of facilities built to scale that produce, they go through 40,000 pounds of weed a day, some of them. That's how much they can extract. 40,000 pounds.
Wow.
Maybe even bigger at this point. I'm not even sure, but I know those facilities exist.
I love speaking to people like you, Pablo, people like you, Josh, that's been around in this industry that I call new for so long, and you've seen how far it's come. I salute you guys, bro. I really appreciate it, and I hope to be where you guys are sitting at one day, man. Just hearing those stories blows my mind.
For sure.
Yeah. Next. Yeah. What's up? What's on the curve? How's everything going with you since you've been in California? Because we haven't really chopped it up. You know what I mean? So just very little personal. How's everything? You see everything be going good with the sports and everything. So everything be good. You'll be good. You'll be keeping good. This is good.
Yeah, everything's good. I've been dealing with a PCL and meniscus injury, so I haven't exactly, been doing as much sports, but I'm trying to stay healthy, obviously. And Bryce has gotten a lot healthy too. He's dropped a lot of weight trying to get in gear, trying to maintain his health. And it's cool. We can definitely bond on that, try not to eat like crap, and, just trying to stay happy and healthy. And as far as, California goes, we're just transitioning into the summer out here. So it's been kind of gloomy, but, it's warming up, which is nice. And the business is going good. We had a good week, and
nice.
We're just going to keep moving forward, and it's just him and myself, bud. We don't have a team. We are the team.
What city are you guys based out of?
So our distro's in Long Beach, and that's where Bryce lives currently, and that's about 20 minutes north, 30 minutes north of me, and I'm in Huntington Beach.
Okay.
Nice.
And, I saw you guys had a show up. I saw you guys had a show up. I saw you guys had a little show up with a food truck and stuff. How did that turn out?
What was it, last week, I guess? There was a cannabis, they call them it's called Liddy in the City session. And it was absolutely crazy. It was a bunch of trap brands, not even real, they're real brands, but they're not licensed or anything. And they just had 10, 20, 30 pounds of different strains posted up on a table, like a buffet line, SFE, OG, acai runs, cookies, all the, whatever flavor you wanted, tropical punch. And then you had another brand right next to it, hustling 2,000 milligram bags of edibles, but they were a legal brand, but they were trapping. It was crazy. I'm like, what? You're a legal brand and you're sitting here trapping? No fucks given, dude. Straight up. It was
they want it all. They want it all.
No fucks. Like I said, no fucks. It was super cool to see, because I hadn't seen anything like that in a long time. California had cracked down a lot on, black market, producers, and especially in the LA area, a lot of big grows and stuff. They don't, you can't really grow weed in Orange County, LA, San Diego. These are places that if you have more than probably 6 plants, the cops might fucking seriously fuck you up. But it's still crazy to see that these black market brands are thriving so well. They were straight hustling. It was pretty crazy. And amongst the rec brands, like I said, that one company was selling illegal.
There's no way, in my opinion, there's no way that my brand will be at a black market event. I can't do it, because I feel like your name gets blacklisted, bro, when you try to go legit.
That's
In my
what
opinion.
that's what I said. I mean, that's why we're not trapping. Like we those days have long been gone. That's
Mm-hmm.
why we started launching. That's why we launched Dessert Strains, because it's licensed to license legal. I don't have to worry about looking over my shoulder and stuff like that. But it goes to show you, after going to that event last weekend, that market is still thriving and well, and even rec companies don't give a shit. And I don't share that same ideology. Like I would still be shaded out if I was a real brand and then still was on the black market flipping packs and
Yeah.
doing all that stuff. But like, I mean, dude, in California, it's
No,
a thing.
I didn't say I wouldn't go and support. I just, my brand wouldn't be at the event. I would go party. That's still my industry.
Right.
But as far as trapping, I can't do it anymore. It's done.
It's done. But yeah, so
But
that
I'll tell you what I got going right now. So shout out to Supply Chain, man.
yeah,
We working
yeah.
on my King Neptune, man. King Neptune is a London pound cake. Well, I'm sorry. Well, it's a pancake breath to a London pound cake. We grew it. We selected a pheno that we thought we liked, but my homeboy insisted that we go back in the lineage. So he popped
Mhm.
more, and we found another beautiful pheno that we dubbed King Neptune. So King Neptune is a shout out to Virginia Beach, because there's a huge statue on the beach named of Neptune. And so that's what we got going now. And then me and Pablo have the Bubblegum Moss. That's really great, I must say. I'm actually enjoying it now. The Bubblegum Moss is a Mazar Sharif that I sourced from Pablo, a 90s Mazar. And I hit that to a Balak that I sourced from um,
Khalif.
uh, Khalifa Genetics out of Spain as well. And then made those two and sent it to my homeboy. My homeboy hit it with a Bodega bubblegum. So the mesh of the heavy indica kush with that Bodega bubblegum is, yeah, I got it. And then what's so good about her is she produces frost and doinks, like arms. And guess what? Pablo told me, always keep a cut. Man, you better keep it. You
Keep it
better
cut.
find a way. You better find a way. Man, Pablo, you told me so many tricks. I remember you told me, don't cut it all the way down.
Revenge it.
Let her go. Let her go.
Revenge it.
Bring her back. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
man. So I definitely can't wait to link up with you, bro. The wife and I are looking to take a birthday trip. So it's either New York, Cali, or I might just stay put. I don't know. But I definitely, and then you're at the beach. So my wife's crazy about water, and that's why we stay close to water. So definitely would love to link up, man.
I'm a block from the beach. Come kick it.
Nice, man. Yeah,
Nice.
yeah.
Nice. So what's up? What's going on with supply chain for the rest? What's going on in Virginia Beach?
So supply chain, bro, we just working. We ain't really worried about what nobody else got going on. We're trying to make sure that on our pack it says good ass bud. And if we
Yeah.
can't produce good ass bud, then our brand is a lie. So we
Mm-hmm.
just keep working, man. And the shit
Good.
will drop when it's ready.
Good.
The infrastructure's there. It's just you guys aren't. Well, everybody else isn't playing along, but I got King Neptune. I got Bubblegum Moss. We chilling, So,
Yeah.
but
It's
when it's
like
ready, it's ready,
it's
man.
similar. It's similar to Josh. It's kind of like a new brand. You guys are growing, but you guys are
Mhm.
dedicated. You guys have your heart and soul put into it,
For
and
sure.
you guys are doing some original work. And yeah, the hard work will pay off eventually.
And see,
That's how it is.
they're asking for it.
Bless.
The goal eventually is to have them go into the shops and start asking for it.
Exactly.
Can't get it there though. But
Exactly.
if the shops come and we sit down and have a conversation, then King
Didn't
Neptune could be in the shops.
didn't
No problem.
Virginia just pass medical or rec or something? Like,
Yeah, we
wasn't
just
yeah.
so we got medical and rec. Well, we don't have rec. We have medical with the ability to grow 4 plants. you know, cool, I'll take it right now. I don't even really want to go rec right now. You know what I
Do you
mean?
guys have shops you can go to, dispensaries?
We have medical dispensaries. We have, but it's almost monopolized because there's like three. You have Beyond Hello, you have cannabis, and you have I can't think of the third one. Cannabis, Beyond Hello. Oh, and G Leaf. And G Leaf.
Mm.
Uh, I don't know how G Leaf source their cannabis, but I know that um, cannabis is semi vertically integrated because they have a facility in the back
Yeah,
of
that
one of
grows
their
it.
operation shops.
Sure.
So I know that they're producing cannabis, and I think they should probably get at me to produce cannabis. Shout out y'all though. Shout out y'all.
Shout out. Thanks, bro.
You know. Um, what about you, Pablo, man? I ain't gonna lie. You know, shit. I told y'all I'm real new with this podcasting, and I kind of ran out of questions. Uh,
Well,
you
for the
know.
rest, like, yeah, I'm just here, like I was talking to you like earlier today, like on a personal level, like even me, like I'm trying just, I'm people what's going on in the world also, you know what I mean? Because they're like in over here in Europe, like things like it's kind of like wishy-washy a little bit, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
So you have to. I'm just trying to stay alert and stay visual and see what's going on with the situation
for sure.
politically and everything, you know what I mean? With with living standards and different things, you know what I mean? Things are changing, you know what I mean? And it's changing fast, you know?
Yeah,
So it's just, yeah, keep myself, yeah, mentally focused and keep myself busy, occupied and keep myself moving, you know? But for the rest, yeah, I'm doing me, you know what I mean? I'm gonna keep doing me, yeah,
for
keep
sure.
doing me. You know what I
For
mean?
sure.
Like ain't nothing else I could do. You know what I mean? The plans they keep me also like occupied besides my 9 to 5. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
So like yeah, you
Yeah,
know.
man. It's definitely become a sense of therapy for me, man. I know that when I go in the garden, even if there is a problem in the garden, it's just me in the garden. You know, I try to keep everything else out. You know, and chill
Exactly,
and bond with my people. You know, I call them my
exactly,
people because I talk to them and see them
exactly,
every day. They get
exactly,
fed. They like bills. You know what I'm saying? They come with it.
exactly,
You know, but
exactly.
I enjoy it. I enjoy it. And I think they enjoy me, man.
So
And they've been giving back, man, and giving me joy. So, you know,
so that's it.
Amen.
That's it. That's it. Yeah, you know. So it was good. It's good. Even that little chat today, like it was even like it was crazy, you know, like talking to you and like, you know, like we should get Josh on the show, talking with Josh, blah blah blah. Can we find out even like yeah, with Fiend, you know, like what like we all
Oh
know
yeah,
each
I
other,
know
you know
Nick.
what I
I
mean?
know Nick too because he's from
You know?
Colorado.
yeah, good
Exactly.
guy, man. Good guy.
Yeah.
I used to buy weed and hash off him, and he used to get some stuff off me back in the day too. And
Yeah.
yeah, he always, yeah, hung out with him like pre-COVID and before I moved to California for sure. And
Mm.
then
So
we stopped talking because I think like yeah, he kept losing his
his
platform.
Instagram.
So I didn't
Yeah,
even like
Yeah.
like,
I was like, I wonder what
bro,
happened to Nick,
I don't know why Instagram hates him so much,
I
bro.
don't
Like,
Yeah.
know. It
I
hates
don't,
a
Yeah.
lot of people. I think
Mm-hmm.
that our Dessert Strains account is, I think, shadow banned right now because of something that it thinks that I was trying to like have buyer influence like
Yeah.
on one of our posts,
Yeah.
and it
uh,
said I was trying to like advertise, and I was like
Same shit with my
what? It was
goosebumps.
just like it's
Same shit
fucking
with
like
my
I didn't even do
goosebumps.
anything.
so,
So like now I just have
so,
to be so chill about what content you post, man.
Well,
I don't,
I heard normally, I don't know if it's true, you know, I heard that'd be the haters, you know what I mean? Because like once people make personal complaints, it's different than AI take your shit down, you know what I mean? Because when
yeah,
AI take your shit down, you could like request like, yo, what did I did, blah, 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 and you talk to the AI, you get your page back. But if somebody actually writes a complaint about it, is then you get that whole bullshit.
Just
You know,
haters or the algorithm or whatever. It's just
it's fucked up.
Instagram is not a fun platform to like try to
Mm-mm.
navigate when you're a cannabis brand. They don't make it fun.
Right.
Mm-mm.
Right.
Mm-mm.
They tend to leave me alone at the moment because, in my opinion, it's because I don't get enough views and they don't feel like I'm monetizing off of their platform without paying them first. So I think that's probably why I don't even get. And maybe I may be shadow banned because I think I'm a pretty dope individual and I think I really should be getting more views than I'm getting. But I ain't gonna lie. At the end of the day, it's not about the views, man. It's about meeting great people like you, Josh, meeting great people like Pablo, and doing what I love to do. So y'all can participate or not. I don't give a
Yeah.
shit because I'm doing it. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, for
Yeah.
real.
Yeah.
You know?
The word's gonna go out anyways, you know. The word's gonna go out anyways, cause like
Mm-hmm.
back to the conversation, you know, like it's still family, it's still closed loop. You know what I mean? Like Nick, Josh, you, me, we're all connected. You know, I know Fiend through you. You know,
Yeah.
so like that is how it goes. So it's even a better feeling for me. Like man, we're all in it together. You know what I mean? It's the same vine. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? It's the same root.
Man, Fiend gave me the confidence to even do this. Fiend said, "Hey man, I was thinking about doing a show, and out of everybody, I thought of you." And I was like, "Bro, me?" Me? He's like, yeah, because you new to the industry, bro. You green, and I can bounce back better off of you because you don't know anything. And,
Yeah.
bro, that motherfucker told me in the chat, that boy said, man, go do it. Go do your own. Go. You, I got you. But go do
Yeah.
you. And ever
Yeah.
since then, man, I've been turning up, man. So shout out to Turfing. Yeah, real
Thank you.
talk.
Shout out to Chuck
Real
for
talk.
sure.
Shout out to Nick.
Shout
I know
out.
Nick, too. You know, so shout out to Nick. You
Yeah.
know. So
Good,
for real,
good, good.
man.
But yeah,
Hey, fuck it. We'll wrap it up, man. Like I said,
yeah.
we ain't really doing it for for that. We doing it to chill and connect. So, hey, we'll
So,
all be in touch, man. I appreciate everybody for tuning in to Business is Blooming. How about this, Josh? What can they find you?
Find us on Instagram at dessert, DESSERT _ strains, STRANZ, no I in there, just the A. And our website is www.enjoydessertstrains, just like the brand, .com.
Man,
nice.
go get it, man. Go get it. Never skip dessert, man. That boy said that.
Never
How about
skip
you,
Yeah,
Pablo?
dessert.
What
yeah.
can they find you?
Well, you didn't know. You can find me at Goosebump Genetics, or you can find me at Pedro Pablo, you know, Reyes Prayo at Instagram. Those are two pages that I rock with, you know. Like, yeah, the Goosebumps a bit shadow banned, but if you look good, you find it.
Yo, and last but not least, I'm gonna do my shout out. So obviously, I know y'all can find me at the Real Mac Blunts on Instagram. That's TheRealMacBlunts. And then you can find me on motherfucking YouTube. Hey, at Mr. Mac Blunts, man. Follow me. Then I be whooping ass and Madden on the Twitch, so you can follow me at Mr. Mac Blunts
Nice.
there. I also play Call of Duty and I got a Patreon. Follow me on Patreon. When y'all start following, I start posting content. Cause it's gonna be a hell of a ride to the top. So shout out motherfucking Dessert Strand. Shout out Goosebump Genetics, man. Y'all tuned in. The business is blooming.
Yeah. Nice
Bet.
linking up with you
Peace.
again,
Thanks,
Josh.
Randy.
Don't
Later,
know.
Pablo. Good seeing you,
So
bro.
Good
Thanks for the
seeing you
man, I
introduction.
too.
Get
appreciate
Yeah,
that, y'all.
get some sleep,
for
player.
sure.
Get some sleep.
Yeah, man. I'm
Go to
telling
bed,
you
bro.
that.
Go to bed, bro.
Yeah, bro. You up late.
Go to bed, bro.